Welcome, ladies, to the Real Estate InvestHER Show, providing inspiration, strategies, and insight to empower women investors to live balanced and financially free lives. Now, here are your co-hosts, Liz and Andresa.
Welcome back, ladies. This is Liz.
And this is Andresa.
Welcome back to the Real Estate InvestHER Show for another, what are we doing, Andresa? Minisode, where in 10 minutes or less, we get to the point very quickly and basically share some tip, insight, strategy, recommendation in a very brief time frame to help you grow your business and grow your real estate investing portfolio. So that's what we're up to. We have 10 minutes. The clock is on, Andresa, but I want to just mention to the ladies listening, we really are so excited about the growing community of the InvestHER community. So if you have not gotten involved with a Facebook community, just go to Facebook and it's InvestHER Community. And then we also have meetups around the country. We have over close to 15 right now, from all the way from California to the East Coast and Canada. And we're always looking for leaders to step up into InvestHER leader roles. And we're just, growing the community. We're super excited and, really thrilled with the progress. So go to our website. There's more information there about that. So without further ado, I got that done in 30 seconds or maybe 45. But we really want to get to the topic for today. Yes. And Andresa, what are we talking about?
Listen, I'm going to talk about what questions you should not ask an investor when you meet him or her for the first time.
What not to ask. Okay,
exactly.
I like this.
And hear me out. This is my opinion. So it doesn't really matter what I think. You should or should not ask. So if it fits you, great. If it doesn't, you say, that's BS. So forget about it. But this is what I think. It works. It has been working for me. I know it has been working for Liz, and we talk a lot about it. So when you're meeting somebody, the first thing that I want you to think about is, what's the intention of that meeting? It's definitely not pick somebody's brain. Okay, so don't tell the person you're going to pick his or her brain. It's just not going to work. The person is not going to even agree to meet in person. So the intention is really to build a relationship and to really ask questions. What are you up to? What's going on? And then you share what's going on with your life, what are you up to as well, and see if there is a possibility of a collaboration in the future. So at that moment, you're not shaking hands, getting married, getting to a JV agreement, or nothing like that. So, for example, on your first meeting, pay attention to how many times you say, I want this, I'm looking for that, I'm looking for property, I. Instead, look for what you are doing, what you, because then it's engaging instead of focusing on what your goals are and not really understanding where the other person is. Because if you don't understand where the investor is at in his business, there's no way you can even think about how you both can collaborate. So get to know him or her in their world instead of just sharing what your goals are. So you ready? I'm going to ask the first question that I should not ask. So how many properties do you own? This is so common, and this is a pet peeve of mine. And here's what why?
I have asked that, Andresa. I have asked that. You're right. You're absolutely right. I don't do that all the time, but you're right about what you're thinking here.
Right. And here's my thinking right behind it. If he or she says 1, 2, 200, 3,000, that doesn't do anything for me, right? It's just I go to Liz's house and she made this great dish, and I ask her, how many times have you made this dish? And she says 5 times, 10 times, 100 times. Okay, that didn't do anything for me. Instead, I ask Liz, hey, can you share your recipe? How you got to that point? And then you share with me. So talking about real estate, ask him or her, what do you read? What do you do in the morning? What is your morning routine? Do you meditate? Do you exercise? What got you to this point? Get to the bottom of the actions that they did to get to where they're at right now. Because you're sitting with them because they did something that you're looking to do. Right? So get to know their habits instead of the results that they got. Does that make sense, Liz?
Mm-hmm. Huge. I love that. I absolutely love that. You would not go over someone's house and ask them how many times they made a dish. I love that. You're absolutely right. That's just a weird question. How many times have you made this? I mean, what a weird question. But you're absolutely right. We do that all the time. I love that. I love that analogy.
Used to it.
I love that analogy. It's a great analogy. It really puts it in perspective. It's perfect.
And I don't cook, so I will never ask you how many times you made that dish. I will ask you, can you make it for me? That's for sure. So the second question that I also hear a lot, I hear people listen to our podcast and email me right away and say, hey, you want a JV? But hey, what's your name, by the way? You know, and so that's a common theme. Do you want a JV? Do you want to partner up? You don't go on the street and say, hey, you want to marry me? Hey, you don't know the person. The person doesn't know you. So before you get to that point, you've got to know what are your strengths, your personality, what you're bringing to the table, and vice versa, because you don't even know if you do really want to partner up with that person. Listen, I've came across a lot of folks that had plenty of zeros in their bank account, and I didn't want to partner up with them because it just didn't match. It really, the personality, where we were, our values and everything else. So pay attention to that. And also you can ask, hey, have you done, if you're interested in joint venture, right? You can ask questions about that. Hey, have you done joint ventures in the past? Would you mind sharing, like, how did you structure it? How would you structure if somebody brings a deal to the table? So you can have an idea where that person is in their world. And then the last question is, can you share your templates, your SEOs, and everything else you have going on? Hear me out. Let's going back to recipes, right? Nobody comes to somebody's house and ask, hey, can you share your grandmother's recipe? Hold on a second. McDonald's doesn't go around like saying, yeah, come, we have the sauce recipe available for everybody. I come from an abundance mentality. I'm not talking about not sharing what you have. I'm talking about building a relationship with somebody. And before you ask for anything, number one, work. Put the work on it. Tell, hey, I'm going to put this scope of work. I'm going to do my best. You have any recommendations? How can I do that? And then you work on it. And then you offer help. Hey, if I work for you for free, or if I see you need this X, Y, and Z. If I do that to you, would you review my scope of work? Would you, create that possibility? But before they see that you are looking to do the work and not just receive the fish, the cooked fish, nobody's willing to share anything. And don't ask for legal docs like contracts and things like that. Your attorney should be reviewing it on your state, on your local, your necessities, everything that is going on. Using somebody else's GC contracts is really not the best way to save money. That will actually cost you money in the future. So before you ask for help, do the work, offer. And then you say, hey, would you mind taking a look? Because then that person is going to look at you and say, yeah, he or she did the work over here. She or he helped me out with a lot of things. I don't mind spending half an hour in really reviewing her work. So that is what I have for today.
Oh, I love it. And what you're saying is so important for a lot of reasons. And I think the biggest thing that happens is we go to all these events, whether you're going to our InvestHER meetups, you're going to, RIA meeting, BP meetups, all the great meetups out there. How are you differentiating yourself?
Yeah.
And if you ask the same questions and you kind of come across like everybody else, you're not differentiating yourself and you're not standing out as someone to do business with.
Yeah.
So people think it's, I have to have the right answer to say to people and say the right thing. People don't remember you that way. They remember by the questions you ask and the thoughtfulness and the listening and the connection. So what you're saying is right on. I love it. And I think we all can implement that like this week. So take this into your next meeting. You're going to a meeting in the next couple of weeks. I hope you are, because you're building your business, you're connecting, what have you. Bring this into the next conversation.
Yes.
You'll see such a different result. So
yeah, you get to know people in a different way, and they say, "Oh my gosh, hold on, you're interested in my habits and what's going on." So you are the real deal.
Yeah, you're making me think.
You are making me think, and you're saying you're going to do the work and not just get the results of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. So as we do, and as we encourage with all the episodes and all the, material that we're putting out there, take this minisode and put it into your business, put it into your life, literally in the next 7 days. And we wish you the best.
Yes. See you next time. If you enjoyed this podcast and want to receive updates on our next interviews, go to our website, therealestateinvestor.com. There, you can subscribe to our show, become part of our InvestHER community, and get updates on upcoming episodes.
If you like our show, please share with other women who would benefit. And don't forget to leave us a rating on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it. And as always, we encourage you to take one action as a result of today's show and put it into motion so you can live both a financially free and balanced life. Thanks for spending time with us.
Ciao.